Hi there crafters, Louise with you today. Thank you so much for checking out this video. What an honour it is to be asked to design for Paper Rose Studio in 2026. And I'm going to start my creations with this fantastic collection called Rainbow Wood. Now, wood grain, such a winner, love a wood grain paper. Add rainbow into that, and honestly this paper pad is going to get used so quickly. So firstly, I have taken this background paper and I'm going to trim that up, of course, take that little piece off. It is the Rainbow Wood C patterned paper, and that's going to form my background. One of the things about these is that they are super pretty, but they can be a little bit overwhelming to use. So to help me to reduce that sort of intensity of that background, I'm going to use a white cut file. And for this photo, I decided that I really liked this heart theme, and to bring in a little bit of gold, because let's face it, gold and wood and rainbow all work beautifully together, I'm going to pull out my embossing powders. Now, it has been so long since I have used my embossing powders and it felt really good. So hopefully this video inspires you to create something with your embossing powders and to pull out some items from your stash. Now, of course, I've used a little bit of washi tape just to cover over those areas that I don't want to be embossed, and when I go ahead and peel that off, I do get a little bit of damage onto the white cardstock background, and there's a few little bits and pieces missing, but I'm going to cover that with some gold pen. Now, because I just want to let that embossing powder set for a little while just to make sure it's not going to move when I touch it, I'm going to go ahead and mount my photo. So I again wanted to bring in a little bit of white, not a great deal because I still want that wooden background to be the star, but lightening up gives layers and depth and dimension between the background and the elements and the ephemera as well. So you can see that I've got the little die cut sheet, and you can find links to these products in the description of this YouTube video, but make sure you pop over to Paper Rose because they've got some fantastic Australian products, and I think it's super important that we support our Aussie creatives and retailers. All right, bringing in another rainbow patterned paper from Paper Rose. It is one that's been in my stash. It's actually the back of the mounted one, and I really just needed this heart to have a little bit more emphasis and give the embossed section something to stand out against. So just going to mount that on a little patterned heart into the background. Did have a little bit of trouble with my glue, but we got there in the end. Now, working with gold, I think this is coming along beautifully. I'm going to take my gold pen and I'm going to add some stitched elements down the lines of the heart just to, again, bring in some more gold, add a little bit of extra texture. It didn't need to be, stitched by hand or stitched on the machine or anything like that. The sort of faux stitching with a pen works beautifully. I love these bright colours and super simple to create a title. This is off the back of the cover sheet that comes with the actual collection. So that first descriptive sheet that shows you all the patterned papers. On the back of that is a whole bunch of title cutouts and words and things that you can use for card making, particularly, lots of happy birthdays and really fun things to use. But for me, I'm just going to go with You Are the Best. I love this photo. It's actually of my father and my twins. It was about probably 8 or 9 years ago, and I only just got it, so my mum shared it as a memory, and I just love the photo. I think it's super sweet, and it really worked perfectly with that heart theme. All right, so I'm going to cover up a little bit of this photo because some areas of it just are not important to the story. So it's totally fine in this case for me just to take little elements, little embellishments, little bits of ephemera and cover them up, cover parts of the photo because they're not imperative to the final product, and it helps just bring everything together. All right, so I'm going to finish most of that faux stitching off camera, and coming back to this, deciding where I'm going to put these little clusters, lots of bright colors, but I think that that white is working really well to blend everything together. I couldn't quite finish it in the way that I wanted to, in that it didn't blend, and I thought about just straight up inking the edges, but I also had pulled out the XO stamp from Paper Rose, and of course this looked fantastic around that white heart. It really just helped to bring it into the background. The XO stencil was perfect. I'm also going to just use black pen to darken up those edges, purely just again, just separating those elements, the background paper, which is fairly sort of not intense, but it can be a bit overwhelming to the eye. And so, yeah, just helping that to sort of have its own place on the page, but the elements really pull your eye to the whole thing together. All right, now in the final stages, I actually wanted to mount this on sparkly gold glitter cardstock, but apparently I am out of that. So back to the stash and pulling out an Afternoon in the Park patterned paper from Paper Rose, of course, and I'm going to just trim out the middle of that because I can reuse that. I don't need to waste it, but I'm going to mount that background just to give it a little something around the outside. And then off camera, I went ahead and I just curved or folded up the edges of that, you can see in the final layout. So my share for today is complete. I of course glue everything down with tacky glue. Queensland summers do not like some adhesive, so make sure everything's stuck. And that is my final completed page and my first share for Paper Rose. So thank you for watching, and I hope that you have enjoyed.